She-Hulk and Daredevil had walked into a quaint little Japanese restaurant, aiming for nothing more than a laid-back lunch. As they got comfy, She-Hulk had enthusiastically placed her order, passionately listing off shoyu, miso, and tonkatsu, calling each one a masterpiece in its own right. She even threw in the wisdom that mixing them was fine. But why compromise when you could have it all? Typical Jen. Daredevil, on the other hand, had already eaten and tried to keep things light, insisting he'd just take a bite and nudging her to share details about a case. He had paused to take a polite nibble of noodles, only for his entire face to light up like a kid tasting sugar for the first time. He was floored. Best noodles he'd ever had, apparently. What followed could only be described as organized chaos. Both had gone into full beast mode, tearing into their bowls like they hadn't seen food in days. Other diners began to side-eye them as the slurping intensified. The final straw, they ditched their chopsticks and went in face first, She-Hulk letting out a burp that she quickly tried to cover up with a sheepish laugh and a ooh salty. Daredevil, cheeks puffed with noodles, had mumbled something along the lines of divine intervention. Jen rolled her eyes and told him it wasn't that dramatic. He defended himself, claiming his palate was just very sensitive. Sure, Matt. Once they'd finished inhaling half the menu, Daredevil wiped his hands and steered the convo back to business. He asked what someone would want with St. Nick's records, and She-Hulk had clarified it wasn't about finding dirt, it was about throwing it. She explained how the anonymous requests came through proxies, adding that maybe they could crack the mystery over dessert, because nothing says legal investigation like gelato. Stepping outside, she'd spotted an ice cream shop across the street and declared it the perfect finale to their meal. Daredevil took her word for it, ever the trusting soul. But just as they started toward it, they'd run into a police blockade. The universe, as always, had timing. An officer had waved them down, all friendly, and explained the area was closed due to an incident. And then, like a true fanboy, recognized She-Hulk on the spot. She tried to smile politely, but her eyes were already on that gelato. He'd gone on to explain there was an intruder in a chemical lab up top. Before he could finish, She-Hulk, whose patients had clearly left the building, cut him off with an "I don't care," and began stomping around like Godzilla with a sugar craving, toppling signs like it was her full-time job, all because a block of concrete and a crime scene came between her and dessert. Truly, justice had met its most unreasonable match, an ice cream-deprived She-Hulk.